Hi, Ben and Nathan. The subject of this email, by the way, is podcast question regarding law school pre-application Zoom meetings. Many law school admission emails and law school reps at the Zoom events keep offering to set up one-on-one Zoom meetings with potential applicants to discuss their individual circumstances or questions and to make their application as strong as possible. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. They can discuss their individual circumstances or the questions they might have to make their application as strong as possible. If an applicant has any potential weak areas in their application that they need to figure out how to frame, do you think it's a good idea to do these one-on-one meetings to get help with the application? Or will it just alert the admissions team to that weak area of your application? Yeah, this is weird. It's like going to the other side of your court case and saying, well, I'm worried about this
Yeah,
part of my application.
right. Or asking the fox for advice about how to fix your hen house, right? Like,
Yeah.
are there any security risks here?
Like,
I
what do
mean,
you think we should do? Here are the
yeah,
keys.
yeah.
Um, hmm.
Uh, I mean, I think I have an easy solution though, which is, yeah, do these meetings with schools that you actually don't want to apply to.
Yeah. See what they have to say. Get of somewhat objective, quote unquote, objective feedback from someone who's on the other side. That's a great idea.
I mean, it's
And
like
just get
looking at a
experience.
yeah, test drive a car that you know you're not going to buy,
Yep.
or like look at a house that you know you're not going to buy, just to give yourself some like comps, you know. This seems like perfect. You can hear what some school has to say. You know, they may
Yeah.
or may not actually be helpful. Um,
But
but
you're gonna talk to them, you're gonna answer questions. And you know how sometimes like someone will ask you a question and then after the interview, you're like hitting yourself because you're like, dang it, I should have answered it this way. Well, now you've been given that chance to be asked that question, to answer it, and you can tweak it for the next time when it really matters.
yeah, totally.
This person continues, I've thought about reaching out to my top choice schools to ask how they view letters of recommendation from community college instructors.
You don't need to reach out to them about that. They don't give a shit about that. They don't care. You're overthinking that part of it for sure. They
Yeah.
want they don't they it doesn't they're not looking for these people who recommend you to be fancy. They're looking for the people who recommend you to unequivocally say you're going to be a kick-ass law student.
Yep.
And
They
so
need
if
to know
these
you and they need to vouch for you.
yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah. Except not be your family or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, hopefully that's obvious. I have 2 associate's degrees and finished my bachelor's in 3 semesters after transferring. However, okay, 2 of these semesters were spent abroad. So I only spent 1 semester with upper division professors in my major from my university. I barely know them and was lazy in my work because I had senioritis after 7 years of school, even though I got A's in their classes. Okay, you definitely don't want to reach
Don't
out.
say any of this. Yeah, none of that is making you sound any
By the
better at
way,
all.
this is one problem, and this is probably why they love these one-on-one interviews. People vomit
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah. It's like you're talking to the cops. Don't
Yeah.
talk to the cops. Do not.
I can
They're
get
not your friend.
myself out of this. No, you can't. Okay. Basically, my community college professors know me much better, and I was a stronger student in those classes. Great. That's why you should select them. You don't need to tell anybody why. But they are all adjunct, and some don't even work at the school anymore. So I'm wondering if a letter from them, presumably not on academic letterhead, will be frowned on. Nope.
Can they
Doesn't
even
matter.
use
It doesn't need
letterhead?
to have a certain letterhead.
Well, with the LSAC thing, do, does the letterhead even show up?
That's a good question.
Because you
I'm
have to submit
assuming
the
these
letter
days.
through
Yeah.
their system. Probably you upload a document, so maybe letterhead actually does come through.
I'm sure
Point
some
is,
people want to show that letterhead too.
yeah, it just
Senators.
Yeah. It just doesn't matter. This is
Doesn't
totally
matter.
fine.
Yep. This person continues. Should I ask for the Zoom meetings with admissions reps to discuss this question or just forget about it? Forget about it. Also, what do you guys think about a letter coming from a community college professor? We've already answered that. Feel free to call me E. Okay. Well, E, um, E continues, and please, for the love of God, don't nitpick my grammar. I'm stealthily typing this email as I work. I don't know what to make of that either. More vomiting.
I like that. I like it when people tell us that they're listening to the podcast at work or just doing stuff that's not related to their job. I really appreciate people who are stuck in the cubicle and working on their life instead of working on their stupid job that they hate. Good job, E. Yeah, you don't need to care about this. I mean, you could still do a Zoom meeting with these admissions reps, but there's no way they give a shit whether you have community college professors or real professors, or for that matter, I went to UC Davis, which is a pretty gigantic University of California campus where it's real hard to get to know your professors. I mean, I had lectures routinely with 200, 300 students. None of them got to know the professor. You always had a discussion section with a TA, graduate teaching assistant, and that was really the person who graded your work and got to know you a little bit. And it's totally 100% appropriate to have those people write letters of recommendation. They're not even professors at all, but they did grade your work in an academic context. And so those are perfect. Also perfect to have supervisors at jobs write you letters of recommendation. That's it.
By the way, yeah, totally. I agree 100%. Stepping back with these one-on-one Zoom meetings, I think people should take advantage of them. And as you suggested, especially from those schools that they don't care about, I think they should be out there talking to people, just becoming better at presenting their case. I think it's immensely helpful.
Notice what Ben is saying there. He's saying, go talk to these people just so you can get the reps, like working on your story. He's not saying, go talk to these people because they have good advice.
Yeah. Yes.
They're generally not going to. I mean,
yeah.
I think at half or more of schools, it's like, oh, well, this person got a JD from our school and then never found like productive work in the law for whatever reason. They just never became a practicing lawyer, but they came to work for the school trying to sell other people the dream of our school. And they can be super, super nice people and super, super smart, but they do not necessarily know what's better for an application. I mean, they want your application. They are doing these for a sales purpose. That's the only reason why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because they want to help you make your application stronger. They don't give a shit how strong your application is. They just want your application.
Yeah.
They want a big stack of applications, and then they're going to pick the strongest ones.
And if I were, and if I were doing these and someone came and vomited a bunch of like garbage information at me, I'd be like, okay, there's got to be a way to note that preemptively.
Oh, it's absolutely going to hurt you if you disclose something, or like E did here with the senioritis and the 7 years of school and stuff. It's like, what now? Like, that's not making you look good. So you don't need to be. That's not like that's terribly bad either. I'm not saying it's horrible to have 7 years of school, but you saying you were lazy because of senioritis ain't doing you any favors. And I'm sure that people disclose way worse stuff than that all the time as well.
Well, there's this confession sense, right? When you're one-on-one with someone, people just feel like they can open up and they'll understand. Hey, look, I had this DUI and really it was bad because of this. How should I frame that? And they're like, here's how you should frame it. And I've taken note of that.
I just, I had such a tough day at work, and I just stopped and had 2 beers at the thing, You are convicted. Okay.
Yeah.